All right. Let's start with the idea of conversions. I'm sure you guys have been doing this with Teacher Cat anyway, but let's just remind ourselves, okay, that conversions is just the process of moving from one unit of measurement to another. Like, let's say, for instance, I want to move from meters to centimeters. I should know to move from meters to centimeters, I need to multiply by 100. Okay, that's something that we all know. Yes, can I get a thumbs up from you guys? Are we all okay with this idea? Yes, amazing, amazing. We should know that. Conversions, excellent. All right, then we need to remember that because we're working with measurement, we need to know the perimeter of certain shapes. We also need to know the area of certain shapes. So I'm not going to focus so much on the perimeter of certain shapes because we know that the perimeter of any shape is basically just walking around the edge of that shape. Yes, so I know that if I have a triangle, the perimeter of my shape or my triangle is just going to be that side plus that side plus that side. If I have a rectangle, the perimeter of my rectangle will just be that plus that plus that plus that. So that isn't as bothersome. It's okay. We can figure that out as long as we can see the shape and we can see the edge of the shape, we're able to calculate for that. All right. One thing I do want to concentrate on in terms of perimeter is the perimeter of a circle. Who remembers what is the perimeter of a circle actually called? The something. You can pop your answer in the chat if you need to. Yes, that's it. Okay, Erin's got the correct answer. It's the circumference. The diameter is one of the measures inside a circle, but that's not it. All right, what we're looking for is circumference. Good, circumference. Okay, the circumference of a circle is going to be 2 times pi times the radius. Or I almost wrote off like I'm speaking Afrikaans. Or the circumference is pi times the diameter. Either of those works as the circumference of the circle. Okay, I'm just going to say a perimeter equals along the edge. Along the edge. All right, now we need to talk about area. Area is a big one. Perimeter is easy enough. We can just figure out, and I need to erase all of that. For the perimeter, I can just figure out the dimensions of the edge of my shape, and then I add them all together and I get an answer. Now, for my area, I need to know specific formulae for the area of my certain shapes. Right, let's start with the area of a square. I know that the area of a square, anybody know? What is the area of a square? Good, it's side times side, right? If I have a square, I know that all the sides are the same length. So if this is side, that's also side, that's also side, that's also side. So that's the same as side times side. Or because we are mathematicians and we know how to do this a lot better, instead of saying side times side, we just say side squared. Because we also know that x times x is x squared. That means side times side must also be x squared. So we don't have to write side times side. We can write it side squared. All right, good. All right, then we have the area of a rectangle. Area of a rectangle, everybody knows this one. I feel like we all learned it in grade 1 and we never forgot. Everybody knows what is the area of a rectangle. It's our go-to answer for everything. That's it, Sinogushe. Hello, Sinogushe. That's it, Leahile. Lovely. It's length times breadth. Okay, good. Let's keep going. The area of a triangle. Okay. The area of a triangle is what times what times what times what? Tell me. It's not length times breadth times height. That's the one I'm looking for. Let me see who said that. Liachilo, you've got the right one. Good. I know that it's going to be half the length of my base multiplied by my height, but not just any height. It needs to be the perpendicular of my triangle. Okay, and we'll chat about that in a little bit more detail in just a second. All right. Then we also have the area of a circle. What is the area of a circle, guys? Do we know? Who's got me? Area of a circle? I'll give you guys a hint. It has something to do with something delicious. Something very delicious. Anybody? Oh, guys. All right, let me remind you, this pi times radius squared. Or, because we're on an online call, maybe we must just Google the answer. We must Google the answer, guys. Okay. All right. So this is pi times radius squared. And I'm so sorry, guys. The growling and the fighting is my dogs behind me, and they're in so much trouble. So I just need them to be a little bit more quiet. All right. That is the area of a circle. Now, there are two more that we need to know by the time we get to grade 9. We need to know the area of a parallelogram. And we also need to know the area of a trapezium. Okay, just give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs up, do we know the area of a parallelogram and the area of a trapezium? Thumbs down if you're like, no, ma'am. As a matter of fact, I'm hearing that word for the first time. Okay, I'm seeing thumbs up. Good, amazing, excellent. Okay, so I'm not going to have to explain too much. I know that. Oh, look at what I've done now. Look at what I've done. Let me erase all of this. Okay, I'm going to move over to the side a little bit. There we go. All right, I know that the area of a parallelogram is going to be the base multiplied by the perpendicular height of my parallelogram. And I know that the area of a trapezium is going to be A plus B over 2 multiplied by the perpendicular height. All right, so I'm helping you guys out. Take a screenshot of these things. You're going to need them. It's quite important that we have them. All right, so take a quick screenshot. We're going to use them as we go along. All right, are we ready? Yes, thumbs up. Are we ready for some questions, some actual work? Yeah, let's get into it. Here's your first question. It says here, a circle has a circumference of 18 centimeters. Find the length of the radius of the circle rounded off to 2 decimal places. Thumbs up. How many of us can answer this question on our own? Thumbs down. How many of us need help? Alice is good. Gulela is good. Daniela is good. Okay, Nelson is a little bit confused. That's okay, Nelson. We'll chat about it. Okay, so because most of us know what to do, I want everybody to go ahead and do it. Nelson, I want you to try. What I want you to do is I want you to read the question, like really, really look at the question and read through it. Okay, because this question is as much about the maths as it is about the English. So we need to be able to understand the English of it. Okay, so your job, even if you don't write anything down, is to read the question again and again and again. Everybody else, give me an answer in the chat when you've got one. You've got 2 minutes. This is not a difficult question. You've got 2 minutes. Guys, did I disappear for a few seconds? Did I disappear? No. Hi, guys. Can you hear me? Yes? Okay. Did I disappear for like a few seconds? Because my internet just like disappeared. It went away and then it came back. Oh, okay. All right. I was just checking. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know. My internet's being funny today. Okay. I'm going to assume we're done with the question. Yes? Thumbs up. Shall we talk about it? Yes? All right. Let's do it. Okay. So, Nelson, we're paying close attention. All right. So a lot of the things that we're doing here we're looking for keywords. All right. Let's start with the first thing that they tell us. They say that we have a circle. That's important because if we have a circle, we know that we're either using circumference or we're using area. One of those two, but it needs to be of a circle. Now they tell us that a circle has a circumference of 18 centimeters. Good. That narrows it down to us. We know we're using circumference. So I'm going to write down the formula for the circumference of a circle. Circumference is equal to pi. Ooh, I always do this. 2 times pi times the radius. Okay. Now they tell us that a circle has a circumference of 18 centimeters. Now I know that this 18 centimeters stands for the circumference. It is the circumference, right? Now they say to me, find the length of the radius of the circle, rounded off to 2 decimal places. Okay, so now one thing we know for sure is that our circumference is 18 centimeters. So I'm going to go into my formula and I'm going to replace circumference with 18. So I'm going to go in here, 18 is equal to 2 pi radius. Now the question wants me to find the length of the radius. So I now have to make r the subject of my formula. Now, let me ask a very base question. Easy question. If I said to you guys, 2x is equal to 6, and I said solve for x, what would you do? Anybody? What would I do to solve for x? Good. I would divide by 2. How do I know that I need to divide by 2? I know that 2x sitting together like this means the 2 times x. And I need to do the inverse operation. So divide by 2, divide by 2. And then those two will cancel each other. Now over here, I've got 2 pi r. I know that 2 pi is multiplied to r. So if I want r on its own, I'm going to divide by 2 pi. And what I do on the right-hand side, I'm going to have to do to the left-hand side as well. So 2 will cancel out with 2, pi will cancel out with pi, and I will have r left on its own. Therefore, r is equal to, and then I just need to take 18 divided by 2 pi and put that into my calculator. Who can get me an answer? Beautiful. 2,86 what? We're talking about measurement. So we can't just say 2,86. 2,86 apples, 2,86 donkeys. We must always mention the unit of measurement. So the radius is 2,86 centimeters. Okay, we can't leave that out. It's very, very important. All right. Nelson, how are we feeling? Are we okay with this question? Are we good? Amazing. Cool stuff. All right, let's do some other stuff. Let's do some other stuff. Here's the next question for you guys. Okay, now the problem with this question is that it's super easy. It's so easy. So I'm not really going to play around with this particular question. I'm going to give it to you guys to do. Okay. Now this question over here says, determine the perimeter or circumference in centimeters of each of these questions. Okay. But because I know that this is too easy a question, I'm going to add in here the perimeter and the area. And the area of these two shapes. All right. So I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes. find me the perimeter and the area of each of these shapes. Are we able to do this? Yes? Thumbs up? Yeah. All right. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes. Let's chat in a little bit. Okay. Go for it, guys. All right, guys, we've got less than 1 minute to go. Have we won? Are we winning? Okay, 45 seconds. All right, guys, let's get to the answers. Okay, I'm going to check quickly because I know that some of us, let me see who fell for this. All right, this particular question says, determine the perimeter or circumference in centimeters. Be honest, how many of us forgot to convert all of these meters to centimeters and that 15 millimeters to centimeters? Be honest. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so this is technically a lesson in listening, in reading the information we've been given. Otherwise, we're going to do the wrong thing. So this is the moment where we all get to fix our answers because we've all done. Okay, the reason I'm even bringing it up is because I made the same mistake in the other class, guys. Guys, I made the same mistake. So don't feel too bad. Even the teacher made a mistake. Okay, I also made the same mistake earlier. So don't stress. Okay, let's start with the perimeter of our triangle. Now, I know that this is meters and they want the answer in centimeters. So I know that I need to multiply by 100 all the way around. So times 100, times 100, times 100. And just for good measure, I'm going to do it there too, because I'm going to need that perpendicular height for my area. Okay. So my perimeter is going to be 700 plus 600 plus 400, which is equal to 1,700 centimeters. Okay, that's my perimeter. My area is going to be half of my base, which is 400. Half times 400 times my perpendicular height, which is 500. And that should give us 10,000 centimeters squared. Do not forget to add in, we do not forget to add in the centimeters squared. So Sunugluke, I'm going to give you something that you can take a screenshot of very quickly so that you can remember. There it is. Okay, here are conversions, easy conversions. So to get from kilometers to meters, times by 1,000, from meters to centimeters, times 100, and then from centimeters to millimeters, times 100, times 10. Then we do it backwards in the other direction if we're doing from smallest to largest. Okay, take a quick screenshot. You're going to need it. Okay, and just give me a thumbs up on the screen once you're ready so I can go back to the question. Okay, amazing. All right, cool. Okay, let's look at our circle. I know that circle requires perimeter, or sorry, the perimeter of my circle would require circumference. Okay, but then again, my measurement here is in centimeters, sorry, is in millimeters, and I need it in centimeters. So to get from millimeters to centimeters, I'm going to divide by 1.5. Okay, so sorry, divide by 10. Not the answer is 1.5. Woo, guys, it's Thursday. It's quarter to Friday, clearly, because hey guys, ma'am is doing the weirdest things today. I'm so sorry. Divide by 10. And the answer we get if we divide by 10 is 1.5 centimeters. That's what we get. Okay. All right. So let's start with the perimeter of a circle, which is called the circumference. Circumference is equal to 2 times pi times the radius, which is 1.5. And we should get, 2 times pi times 1.5. We should get 9.42 as an answer. 9.42 centimeters. And for the area, we know that the area of a circle is pi times radius squared. So that's going to be pi times 1.5 all squared. Sure. Sorry, guys. Pi times 1.5 squared is equal to 7,07. So the area that we should get here is 7,07 centimeters squared. All right, thumbs up. Are we all okay with how ma'am did these questions? Are we okay? We good? These were easy. They were actually very easy. We just needed to make sure that we read the question appropriately. Let's step it up a notch, because I know that you guys can actually do a lot more than this. Let's look at this next question that really needs to come up on the screen, because I have no idea where it's gone. Okay, let me just keep scrolling. Oh, oh no, we need to calculate for the perimeter and the area of this shape. Okay, thumbs up. Who can do this on their own? No, no worries, Alice. Well done. Can we do this on our own? Are we okay here? Okay, I'm seeing thumbs up. So I'm going to give you guys some time to do this one. It's going to take a bit of conceptualizing. So I want you guys to go ahead and calculate. Okay, let's do just the perimeter for this one. Let's do just the perimeter. No area. We're just going to do perimeter. I'm going to give you guys another, let's give you 4 minutes. 5 minutes is a lot. Okay? But take it away, guys. All right, sirs and ma'ams, are we ready? Shall we look at the answer? No? I think I've given enough time. Yes, we're at about 5 minutes now. Okay, let's have a look. All right. So questions like these really require us to be kind of mechanical about it. Okay, we need to think. I don't want to say outside the box, for lack of a better word. I need us to be looking at how we can use the information we've been given to find the information we have not been given. So what I'm going to do to start this question is I'm going to break it up into the pieces that I can see. Okay, first thing I know is that I'm missing this part of my perimeter. I need to figure out what that part of my perimeter is. I'm also missing that part. I'm missing the part AD. I am also missing that. Okay. Now, what I need to do for those particular sections is I need to figure out which other part on the inside of the shape correspond to those shapes that I need, or to the parts of the shapes that I need. Okay, let's start with the red part. The red part is quite nice and easy. You can see over here that's connected to a right angle triangle. Anybody have any idea what we're going to use here to find the length of CD? Yes, Nelson? That's it. We're going to use Pythag. In fact, quite a lot of this question hinges on Pythag, which is amazing. Right, so let's start with easy Pythag. And guys, I mean it when I say we deduct marks if you don't do things properly. So let's start with writing this out the correct way. I'm going to say CD squared is equal to 3 squared plus 4 squared. And then I'm going to open brackets and I'm going to write Pythag. Now, I'm warning you, grade 9s, if you don't write Pythag, you lose that mark. Even if your statement is correct, you lose the mark. This is no longer grade 8. You must write Pythag. If you don't, because you're using a geometric statement and reason, if you don't write the reason, you lose the mark. So make sure that you're writing that in. Then I'm going to skip a couple steps because we are all grown and adults. So I'm going to go straight to CD is equal to the square root of 25, which is equal to 5 centimeters. All right. That should be something that we're quite familiar with. All right. Cool. So I now know that CD is 5 centimeters. Let's talk about AD. I'm going to go to AD next. AD, and again, I can see that AD is attached to another triangle, which is also a right angle triangle. So I'm also going to use Pythag for that big triangle to find AD. Right, so I'm going to say AD squared is equal to, now I can see that that length there is 6 squared, plus over here I've got 8 from there till there, and then I've got 4 from there to there. So 12 squared, 6 squared plus 12 squared. Again, Pythag. Okay, we need that mark. And then I'm going to skip a couple steps. AD is equal to 6 squared. The square root of 6 squared plus 12 squared, which is the square root of 180. And that will equal 6 root 5, which is 13,42 centimeters. 13,42 centimeters. Okay. So AD is equal to 13,42 centimeters. Oh, guys, why am I lying? I'm lying to everybody. Does anybody notice why ma'am is lying? Anyone figured it out yet? Why ma'am is lying? Why am I lying? No, not third form. All right, well, guys, come on. Have a look. Have a real close look. It's not supposed to be 8 meters. Yes, Nelson. I see your hand. What have we forgotten? You can unmute, my boy. You're not, I haven't stopped you from unmuting. You can unmute and tell me what we've forgotten. No? Oh, okay. That's okay. I'm seeing your hand. Your hand is up, Nelson, so I'm not sure if you're understanding, if we're seeing what we've missed here. But guys, what is the unit of measurement that we are using at the moment? What unit of measurement? Yeah, we're using meters. Look at what ma'am is writing everywhere on the screen. I've been writing centimeters everywhere. Guys, all I can say really is it's been a long week. That's all ma'am is going to say. Meters. Okay, it's okay, guys. See? Hey, yeah, that's a Tariq. I completely just it's fine. All right. Okay, cool. Now we've got AD. Now we've got to find that part over there. I know that that's the circumference. And if I want to calculate for the circumference of that part of my circle, I know that I'm going to have to find either the diameter or the radius. And now my diameter or my radius is going to be attached to that circle. I mean, that triangle on the inside. Please, guys, just give me 2 seconds. Yes, Maureen, lovely, lovely. Okay, so we need to use Pythag again to figure out the length of AB. AB is going to be our diameter. Good. So I now know I need to do Pythag again. So AB squared is equal to 6 squared plus 8 squared. Do not forget to say Pythag. So that will give me AB will be the square root of 100. Which is equal to 10. Right. So I now know that the diameter, because from A to B, that is the diameter of my circle. The diameter of my circle is 10 meters. Okay, 10 meters. Meters. All right. Okay, so now we can actually go ahead and calculate for the perimeter. I'm going to show you what we're going to do here. Okay. So I'm going to go perimeter equals. I know I've got 13,42 meters plus, now I'm going around the shape, remember. Let me just move down just a little bit. Good. So I've got 13,42 meters. Plus, and there's a reason why I'm not converting to centimeters just yet. I can do that at the very end. Okay, 13,42 plus, let's keep going. That is going to be plus 5 and then plus 3. Right, plus 5 plus 3. Now, for this part over here, what do I need to use to find that part over there? Who can tell me? How do I find the perimeter of that part there? There's something specific I'm actually asking for. Good, you're correct, Kanye. It is 2 pi r, but be a lot more careful. I want to see who can figure it out. Anyone? Okay. Or let me ask it this way, Kanye. If I were calculating and I used 2 pi r, what would I be calculating for? The circumference of a what? Of a full circle. Of a full circle. Do I have a full circle? Aha. So I can't use a full circle. I would need to use half of the diameter. Oh, sorry, half of the circumference. Okay. And Moline, we cannot add in here. We can't add in plus diameter. Why not? Because the diameter is not included. That's a dotted line. We cannot include it in there. Okay. So when we calculate for this part over here from A all the way to B, we need to use half of the circumference. So half times 2 pi times the radius. If my diameter is 10, that means my radius must be 5. Okay, and then I can punch that into my calculator as I see it. Somebody give me an answer, please. Okay, just pop all of that into your calculator once and give me an answer. Oh, my apologies. Okay. Anyone got an answer for me? I have an answer. Let's see if our answers are the same. Yes, Sinoguhle, but we should have rounded off that 2 to a 3. Agreed? So this should actually be 37,13 meters. Yes, agreed? But the question didn't ask for meters. It asked for centimeters. So what do I need to do with my answer? What needs to happen there at the end? We need to take that and times it by 100. That's it. Multiply by 100. Good. Multiplied by 100 will give us 3713 centimeters. There we go. All right. All right. Thumbs up. How did we feel about that? Are we all good? Good. Amazing, amazing, amazing. All right. It's a bit challenging, I'll admit, Nelson, it is. I agree. Yeah. Sorry, guys. All right. Shall we look at something else? Let's look at a different question. Okay. Now we're doing area conversions. Now, before we do area conversions, I want us to think about something a little bit practically. Okay. So if I said to you guys that the area of a rectangle was 30 centimeters squared, right? What would the conversion of this be in millimeters squared? Let's think about it. Give me an answer in the chat. What do we know? What would the answer be there? Okay, how do we go from centimeters to millimeters? Well, remember we're going smaller, Nelson, so we need to increase. Okay, so Kanye says 300. How did you get to 300, Kanye? Explain to us. What did you do? Okay, Arian says times 10. Spa, what were you going to say? Okay. I think we're all, that's it. Sinoguche's got the right idea. And I'm going to show you guys why. Okay, good. Most of us would say, well, it's from we're going from centimeters to millimeters, so times 10, right? And the answer that we would get is 300 millimeters. Okay, but let's do this quick exercise. If I give you guys a rectangle, and this rectangle has dimensions 6 by 5, you would all agree that the area is equal to 30. Let's make it centimeters. We would all agree that the dimensions or the area of this is 30 centimeters squared. Yes, thumbs up. Are we all okay with that idea? Yes. 6 times length times breadth is 6 times 5. Done. Good. All right. Now, here's what I want us to do. We're going to take each of these sides and we're going to convert them to millimeters. So I know from centimeters to millimeters, we times by 10. So times 10 times 10. Now, my new rectangle looks like this. It's got 60 millimeters over here, and it's got 50 millimeters over here. Calculate the area for me. What is 60 times 50? 60 times 50 would give us not 300. It would give us 3,000, just like Sinoguhle has said, right? So it would give us and I'm writing 3,000 millimeters squared. Now, because we are converting from something squared to something else squared, that means the conversion in between also needs to be squared. So let me explain. If we're going from meters squared to centimeters squared, normally we would multiply by 100. But because both of these things are squared, we need to multiply by 100 squared. Okay? Because my dimensions are also already squared, I need to make sure that I'm squaring the conversion as well. Am I making sense? Can you guys give me a thumbs up? Are we understanding the dynamic here? So if I am converting from something squared to something else squared, I must also square the conversion. Let me ask you guys a question. If I am converting from centimeters cubed to millimeters cubed, what would I have to multiply by to get from centimeters cubed to millimeters cubed? Ten cubed, absolutely, that's it. I would have to multiply by 10 cubed to get from one dimension to the other. Okay, pretty cool, huh? Maths is very nice. I like math. Okay, it's practically the best subject in the world. You know what I mean? And you're not wrong, Nelson. You clicked 1 when you were trying to click 0, which is correct. You're not wrong at all. Okay. All right, let's look at a question. Let us look at a question. Oh, I'll give you guys a chance to take a screenshot of that, of this area conversions, because it's quite important. I just needed the explanation. Okay, take a screenshot. Very, very quickly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's look at the next question. All right, so it says here, calculate the areas of the following in meters squared. So basically what this question wants us to do is they want us to calculate the area in centimeters. And then when we're done, we need to convert from centimeters to meters. Thumbs up. Are we going to be able to do that? Yes. Convert from centimeters squared to millimeters squared. I'll remind you guys just one more time that the area of a circle is pi times the radius squared. Be careful of the dimension they've given you. They have not given us the radius. Be careful. They haven't given us the radius. Okay, calculate for me. You can pop your answers in the chat when you are ready. Okay, you've got 2 minutes. Actually, 1 minute, because this is a very easy question. All right, guys, are we ready? Shall we chat? Okay, let's go for it. Okay, so I know the area over here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to note that my radius is actually 21 centimeters. That's the first thing I'm going to note, that my radius is not 42. That is the diameter. So the radius is 21. So pi times 21 squared is going to give us 441 pi. So the area is equal to 1385,44 centimeters squared. Now, I know that this is in centimeters squared, but the question wants this to be in meters squared. Now, I already know to get from centimeter to meter, I need to divide by 100. So to get from centimeters squared to meters squared, I need to divide by 100 squared. So I'm going to take this answer, divide by 100 squared, divide by 100 squared, and that will equal, that equals, close that. The answer I get is 0,1835 meters squared. Yes? Thumbs up. Was that okay? Did we do okay there? Okay, awesome stuff. All right. I don't think we can squeeze another one in here. Maybe let's just have a look. Okay. Do we think we can do this one? Are we able to do this one? All right. We've run out of time. There's only 1 minute left. But you guys can take a screenshot of this one. And you guys can try. Oh, excuse me. I'm choking. Oh, you guys can try this one out with Teacher Cat. All right.